Have you noticed that if you've seen one hero movie, you've pretty much seen them all? So why is that? And why do heroes always seem to win? And why do they get the girl? Well, I think I found the answers to these questions, and it all boils down to their core values. In this video, I'm going to show you the core values of various superheroes and how they synchronize with the most valuable substance in the universe. Hey everyone, my name is Jonathan H2O, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to Sync with Success. This is a place where I use the core values found in H2O to find universal patterns in life, in particular, the patterns in human behavior. In the case of understanding why seeing one hero movie, you've seen them all, I'll use the Incredible Hulk as a quick example to show you where I'm going with this. In this scene, we see Hulk step into action in a life-threatening event. First, Hulk forms a shield around Betty from incoming firepower. He then neutralizes the threat at the source. And again, Hulk creates a barrier to protect her from the fire. This is what heroes do. They save life. Now what you just saw is exactly how H2O behaves in its solid state. It can protect, and in its liquid state, it can neutralize. Large sheets of ice cover large bodies of water. Ice has a universal way of creating a barrier that protects life from threatening events above the surface. Ice protects life like this igloo. Even in fantasy, a wall of ice in Game of Thrones that protects people from the White Walkers. Water also has a critical pH balance of 7, meaning it's neutral. In other words, it can neutralize extreme acids and bases that can burn skin if not handled with care. So the core values in H2O is the one thing superheroes have in common. And by expressing these core values, the result is they save the day. In other words, they save lives. So in order to save lives, let's start by dissolving the basic elements that make life happen. Here we see the periodic table of elements. And these top 6 elements are the basic ingredients that play a vital role in making life possible. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, calcium, phosphorus, and nitrogen. Living matter is rich with hydrogen and oxygen, and together they make the most valuable substance in the universe in the form of H2O, which takes account for the majority of elements in our body, and not by any small margin either, up to 75% from the day we were born. In other words, H2O blows the other elements out of the water. You see what I did there? Now what do we know? Number 1, heroes save lives. Number 2, H2O is at the core of life. Number 3, H2O has core values that support life. So if we support life, our behavior automatically synchronizes with the core values in H2O. That is the universal pattern. Once a character's core values are saving lives, they will synchronize with the core values found in H2O, and usually end up being the hero. That said, the hero acts like H2O. I repeat, the hero acts like H2O. You heard it here first. Mark my words. I'll show you more examples. Avengers Age of Ultron. If you haven't seen it, it's no big deal. Like I said, you've seen one, you've seen them all. The characters I'll be referring to are Vision, the protagonist, and Ultron, the antagonist. In the scene where Vision comes to life, the Avengers have no idea what Vision is capable of. So they start asking key questions about whose side he's on. Listen.
Their powers, the horrors in our heads, Ultron himself, they all came from the Mind Stone. And they're nothing compared to what it can unleash. But with it on our side.
Is it? Are you? On our side?
I don't think it's that simple.
Well, better get real simple real soon.
I am on the side of life. Ultron isn't. He will end it all.
Did you guys hear that? I'll play it again. Now listen closely.
I am on the side of life.
When Vision says he's on the side of life, he transcends the idea of taking sides with the Avengers. In other words, he goes beyond the conflict with the Avengers and Ultron and is specifically referring to his core values. Now, since Vision's core values are in sync with life, and the main substance in life is H2O, let's watch how Vision reacts with Ultron, who is a threat to life. Vision neutralizes Ultron's software.
Friday. Vision?
Boss, it's working. He's burning Ultron out of the net. He won't escape through there.
You shut me out.
Now notice how Vision neutralizes Ultron's hardware. Thor and Iron Man cohesively join Vision in neutralizing Ultron to the point he starts falling apart. Now that Ultron's toxic nature is neutralized, he can no longer be a threat to life. Which leads me to think, why heroes always seem to win. It's because liquid H2O can neutralize just about every substance, no matter how destructive. In other words, this core value of neutralizing, it gives a massive advantage to the hero. You heard it here first. Here's another example. Notice how Spider-Man wraps the lizard in webbing to neutralize him from doing further damage. So we know that water can adapt to any shape in its environment, as well as coordinate its molecules to create a sphere, the most efficient shape in the universe. Back to Spider-Man. Watch how he adapts and efficiently coordinates the shape of his body to maneuver through his surroundings to preserve life. Not only that, in the process of catching Blondie, what is actually happening is Spider-Man is supporting her, just like how water supports life in a universal phenomenon called surface tension. Liquid H2O can literally support life. Superman does the same thing by catching a damaged airplane full of passengers from falling to their death. Again, surface tension. Now, watch how Clark Kent uses his X-ray vision to save life. He can see right through objects, making them transparent. One of water's core values is being transparent. Wonder Woman uses her lasso to reveal the truth. So when something hidden is revealed, it is a form of transparency.
It's me.
You liar. I compel you to tell me the truth. The lasso of Hestia compels you to reveal the truth.
Are you starting to see the pattern? Or is it just coincidence? Leave a comment below if you can see the relationship between H2O and superheroes. Let's continue. All superheroes fight crime and do so by solving problems down to the core. Batman is known as being one of the most efficient detectives in the comic book universe, where he solves complex problems and then neutralizes whatever form of matter has a destructive behavior. In the process of solving puzzles, he is actually reverse engineering or breaking down crime scenes, just like water dissolves matter. Water has the property of dissolving more substances than any other liquid, and that's why they call it the universal solvent. Can you guess how Flash is in sync with H2O? He uses super speed to get from point A to point B in the most efficient way possible. Well, water's natural shape is a sphere, which happens to be the most efficient shape in the universe. Have you guys ever noticed that superheroes rarely kill the common criminal? In most cases, they just neutralize and capture them to be taken away by law enforcers. So what's the idea behind sparing the lives of so many destructive criminals that are a menace to society? Think about it. This is where justice comes in as an institution of balance for humanity. The justice system represents fairness and equality, balancing the pain and suffering of survivors by punishing their abusers and isolating them away from society. As they say, you do the crime, you do the time, and every crime has its price. Which brings me to H2O. H2O is balanced at the atomic level, making it a polar molecule, meaning the charges are equally positive and negative on either side. And even the natural shape of water is balanced from every angle. So when superheroes spare the lives of criminals to stand trial, it's just a form of justice and balance, and it complements yet another attribute of H2O. The last attribute I want to mention where heroes emulate H2O is how they are cohesive. Water is highly cohesive, which is why it clumps together and makes us fear. It is so sticky, in fact, that it's the most cohesive non-metallic liquid in the universe. So my point is, water sticks together and so do heroes. The timeless theme of teamwork, two heads are better than one. United we stand, divided we fall. And sticking together is a core value that is repeated over and over again in the majority of hero stories. Listen.
How are you guys planning on beating that?
Together.
We'll lose.
And we'll do that together too.
We have to act now. And not one of us can do it without the others.
How can you possibly hope to stop me?
Like the old man said. Together.
Autobots, we charge together!
Why does the hero get the girl? Sticking together comes in other forms as well, and sometimes it happens on a deeper connection. So what better way of showing cohesion than exchanging body fluids in the form of saliva, which is 99% water? Think about it. Now we all know that comic books aren't real. Well, maybe not all of us, but the core values are real. Comic book writers are generally saying, if you save life, you're the hero. They just exaggerate the script in a way that breaks the laws of physics to make the stories more entertaining. But the critical point I want to make is that the hero qualities originating in H2O are also the hero qualities found in human behavior. Let me explain. Water is transparent, and just like Superman uses X-ray vision to save lives, medical specialists use advanced equipment and take X-rays of organs to increase transparency. This saves lives. Medical practitioners also perform CPR to preserve life, like how ice preserves matter from decay. Remember when I showed you how ice acts like a barrier that protects life? And just like the Incredible Hulk creates a barrier to save life, law enforcers do the same thing. They make barriers to protect life. Water's pH balance is neutral, and like Spider-Man neutralizes criminals, law enforcers do the same. And the success of law enforcement operations depends on their ability to adapt to the wide spectrum of humanity on a daily basis, the same way water can adapt to its environment. Water makes the most efficient shape in the universe, and just like Flash uses his super speed to efficiently get from point A to point B, ambulance drivers use efficiency to get from point A to point B for immediate medical care. This saves lives. Like I said before, water is a universal solvent and can reverse engineer more substances than any other liquid. And just like Batman uses special tools to reverse engineer a crime scene in pursuit of finding criminals, crime scene investigators meticulously dissolve a crime scene to find clues that could lead to an arrest. My last example is the justice system. Like I mentioned earlier, H2O is balanced as a molecule and as a liquid. Judges seek balance between the plaintiff and the defendant. Justice is served with balance in mind. Remember that. there are more properties in H2O that I have not mentioned, but hopefully you get the idea. The occupations mentioned are just a handful of real, tangible heroes. They all wear uniforms the same way heroes wear costumes, but they have one goal in mind. They save the most valuable thing in the universe, life. And they use tremendous amounts of energy in the process, which tells us something. Life is something worth saving. And if you notice, when people sync with the most valuable substance in the universe, they increase their own value in the process. So the takeaway from this video is that 1. Heroes save lives, period. Number 2. The main substance in life is H2O. Number 3. No other substance preserves life better than H2O. So when a character synchronizes their core values with the properties found in H2O, they become the hero. In other words, hero saves lives because their core values are in sync with the properties in H2O. Put it this way, if you can think of any other substance in the known universe with life-giving values that can supersede the life-giving properties found in H2O, let me know in the comments below. Until then, H2O is the clear winner. We may or may not call ourselves heroes, but regardless of what we may think, in every living cell we have the core values to be one. And we've all met someone with core values that are in sync with H2O, because the outcome of their behavior is usually refreshing and quenching. They have this way with saving the day. Therefore, anyone can be a hero, and it doesn't take a cape, costume, or uniform to be one. The hardware necessary to be a hero are built in, and it all boils down to choice. Life or not. And if you ask me, I choose life. Because when I choose life, I choose to survive. The side we choose to sync with will determine our core values. So if our core values are toxic and corrosive, then the result will be destructive. If our core values are neutral and in line with justice, transparency, protection, and so forth, then the outcome will be life. That being said, I'm Jonathan, H2O. Thanks for watching Sync with Success. And let's stay hydrated. Because the qualities it takes to save lives and be the hero are all the qualities found in H2O. And when we take the initiative to save lives, then humanity as a whole will thrive.